Okay, welcome to then day two of 30. Today we meditate for 6 minutes. Yesterday, 5 minutes. Today, 6 minutes. And I've been thinking about this quite a bit. And I think I'd like to be your cheerleader. I know meditation has had a real profound impact on me. And I'd like to be the person in your corner who encourages you just for as long as it takes um, until you have that experience as well. For some of you, maybe that's already happened and this is like a refresher, or you're just joining in because you maybe have fallen out of the practice a little bit. But for those that have never had that experience where you really feel how much meditation can do for you, then I'd like to be that person for you. So I've got a little something I'd like to show this morning. This is my analogy of us as humans. So I've been growing some seeds lately. Let me start with this one. These are my courgette seeds coming up here. And these are some other seeds. So I've got tomatoes over this side, down here. And these are Romanesco broccoli, if you've seen those before. If you haven't seen those, they're beautiful. When they grow, they're in these perfect like spiral patterns. That's worth a Google if you've never seen those. In here, I've got some chili peppers. You won't be able to see it, but back here, in this back cell here, I think there's a seed popping up. And then down here, these are cucumber plants. So there's a reason for me. There's a reason for me sharing these. We are these seeds. That's how I see it. We are these seeds. And a seed, if you know, needs a perfect environment. It needs a certain temperature level and a certain moisture level, and then it will set, and then it can flourish, and then it can be everything it is. Otherwise, it stays dormant. For me, we are those seeds, and meditation is maybe not the only thing, but certainly a part of a life that can help you flourish. And so again, I want to provide you that environment, that right moisture level, that right temperature, just while just as you're turning from that seed and you start to open up and you start to flourish. And then once you have your roots down in your meditation practice and your leaves are coming up, then you're self-supporting, and you know then at that point you don't need me anymore. So if you'll allow me that opportunity, please stay with this for the 30 days and then make your evaluation at the end. Okay, that's my little sermon over for today. If you want to, if you're ready to, then we start to turn the attention inside. And you can do that actually with your eyes open initially. So you could start to feel through your body. You could put your attention in your feet, in your legs, in your arms. If that's more natural to do, if it's easier to do with your eyes closed, you can do that. And then we begin to work through the body. So I'm going to close my eyes, if that's okay. Begin to work through the body. You can work through systematically from the bottom up or the top down. Yesterday we did from the bottom up, from our feet to our head. And so we're starting to turn that attention more inside and to relax the body, relax the muscles particularly. And we want to make sure that every part of the body has been relaxed. or at least that we've made contact with every part of the body. So let me just name those now. Have a look through your left arm, down into the hand and the fingers. And through your right arm into the hand and the fingers. And through your left leg then into the hand, into the feet and the toes. And the right leg into the feet and the toes. Through the torso, from the buttocks maybe working up, through the pelvic floor. Remembering that really there are three parts to the pelvic floor. You have the area around the pubic bone. You have the area around and in front of the tailbone. And then there's the third area in between, the region of the perineum. We have the lower abdomen, including the hips and all the organs housed within the pelvis. The lower back here as well. The area around the belly button, around the navel. And that same region in the back. The upper abdomen. And the region in the back, behind the upper abdomen, we could say the mid-back. And then the lower rib cage, just above the upper abdomen, below the chest, the lower rib cage in the front and the sides and the rear. Upper rib cage, you can include the armpits, the shoulder blades, the collarbones, the chest, the tops of the shoulders, maybe the whole of the shoulder joints. We can check the sides of the torso here. So from your hips to the armpits, feeling through the side bodies. And then up into the neck and the throat. And then the whole of the head, the back of the head, the sides of the head, the whole of the face and forehead, and the top of the head, the scalp. And then let's have another look through the body. So a gentle wave of your awareness scanning through the body, connecting to each part physically, directing your awareness to each of the parts of the body, maybe waving down as you do that. So you're working down through the body. All the way down to the feet and the toes. And then when you find that you're practicing on your own, this relaxation, this initial body scanning, this can take as long as you like. There's no time restriction on this. And you're only going to reap more benefits by spending longer with it. But then we'll begin the meditation. So the eyes are closed. We begin to repeat in our head the silent internal affirmation over and over. And we're using the word one, the number one. We just say that word over and over inside. Just keep repeating it, maybe in tandem with the breathing. Maybe just on your inhales or just on your exhales or on both. Or entirely disconnected from the breathing. Whenever the mind drifts, and it will, it's quite natural, we just return it. When we recognize it's drifted, we return it to the silent internal repetition of the word one. Okay, so that is 6 minutes. But we stay sitting for usually about 10% of the time we sat for. Keep the eyes closed. Feel through the body. Feel through the nervous system, the emotions, the mind. Just noticing, just witnessing, we could say. We're witnessing what's happening inside the body, the mind, and the emotions. And again, just as a reminder, when you come to that time you'll practice on your own, you would sit here for as long as was needed so that you felt entirely peaceful inside. Sit until it would be okay if you didn't get up. And then you know you're not carrying anything which might have arisen. Nervous system's relaxing, opening up, letting tension go. So we want that to fully dissolve before we go about our day. And then when you find that peaceful place inside, because to use the seed analogy, the ground is very fertile now. You might imagine something in the world or internally that you would like to experience. So you could focus now on a positive emotion you'd like to cultivate, and you just bring that to mind. If you can get into the feelings of it, so much the better. And feel how it feels, or imagine how it feels to experience that emotion, that mental state that you want to cultivate. And if it's an external experience, so it's something in the world, then you do the same. You imagine that experience, it's a foregone conclusion. You want to get to the point where you feel like, oh yeah, I have 100% faith. I know that's going to happen. It's as good as happened. You might even picture yourself, imagine yourself there having that external experience, how it feels to be in the middle of that experience, knowing to your bones that, yeah, this is happening. This part is optional, this imagining, but you're in such a wide open, fertile space, then we can take advantage of that. We can use it for our benefit. And then whenever you're ready to come back, you start to focus the attention outwardly a little more. Listen to the sounds around. The wind in the trees, if you can hear it. People in the environment where you are. Cars passing by outside, the birds singing. Whatever you can hear. Start to breathe a little deeper. Start to let the extremities move a bit. The eyes are probably still closed at this point. And then let those small bodily movements turn into larger movements of the body. Maybe shoulders rolling, ankles rolling, the neck rolling, yawning, Stretching if you need. Stretching up. The eyes might gently come to open. We like to open the eyes just slowly, so you let the light back in little by little. So very well done. Day 2, 6 minutes. We're increasing the time. Have a lovely day, everyone. Thank you for coming along.